Okay.
Test. We're good.
Your cue that you got.
Welcome to the beautiful city of Athens, the gateway to the Tennessee Valley, a city rooted in deep community relationships and built on a rich tradition of small local business and the very best of the human spirit. As Athens embraces the future, the signs of progress are in full bloom. Join us as we discover the bright spots in this charming southern city that we call home. This is Hometown Heartbeat, Athens. What's going on, everybody? Whoop, whoop!
Yeah.
How you like that?
I like that.
That's how you get into a live stream right
That's
there.
good. It's good.
Man, it is Monday, and you know what that means? It sucks. I'm kidding. We all love Mondays, right? Online, we've got our buddy Connor. Connor, how's it going? Say hello to everybody. Remote production specialist.
Going good. I'm thinking about making a few extra bucks by buying some oil.
Oh, my goodness. He said a fool's. I didn't even hear what he said because I was just so happy he was talking. He says he's going to make a few extra bucks by buying some oil, and that's a 17-year-old that knows more than he ought to know about everything, because that's a current issues joke about ETFs and oil traded below a barrel or below $1 a barrel, and so that's why my producer is better than yours right there. It's because at 17 years old he's talking about oil prices. Connor, thank you so much, buddy. Glad you could be here today, and for providing such a great joke on oil prices. Speaking of oil prices, let's talk about oil prices. What do you think?
Yes, we should.
Anthony is a sucker for current events, and so spends a ton of time studying the coronavirus pandemic and its and the resulting plunge in oil prices. And I don't know a ton about it. I will talk about it because I just saw it not too long ago. We've been working on some stuff today, some new videos. And some new stuff that was fun. You should have watched the video last night. If you didn't, you should. It's on Cotton Row Productions page, and it features us singing a jingle that I wrote that was
he wrote it.
It was excellent, by the way. But no, so oil futures plunge below zero. Oil's at below $1 a barrel. Like, it's
sounds pretty slick.
Yeah. Well played. Well played. When you know nothing, make funny jokes. Right. So let's see. Oil prices plunged below zero Monday as demand for energy collapses amid the coronavirus pandemic, and traders don't want to get stuck owning crude oil with nowhere to store it. Stocks were also slipping on Wall Street, with the S&P down 9%. So we're not going to spend a ton of time here, but essentially, I mean, look, when I've got Anthony Blaxton on the show, I'm not going to talk about oil prices. But more or less, I mean, this coronavirus pandemic reaches out and touches us one more time. And I mean, here's the bottom line. So oil is consumed by cars, gasoline. I mean, petroleum is consumed in almost every major thing that we have here. Yep. And so essentially you've got people that are told not to drive anywhere and then wondering why we're not buying gasoline. Well, because we're not driving anywhere. So on to the next topic. Anthony is a worship pastor over at Lifepoint in Decatur. Shout out to Lifepoint. Whoop, whoop. That was cool. I feel cool. Well, there's only like my mom and your mom and, Connor watching, so it really doesn't matter. But and so at the end of the day, I mean, we've been asked to do some live streaming work. I mean, I've been honored to be able to help do some live streaming stuff over there and help them kind of bring that up to. Man, take your fedora off of there. It looks funny.
Is that bothering you?
Put it on top of your.
Like this?
Yeah, there you go. So we've been over there helping them go from, I mean, pre-coronavirus, they certainly had a live stream presence.
Yeah.
Post-coronavirus, nobody in the building. Now we're having to create ways to, we started with everybody in the building. Let's get in here and do it. And then we had some things happen, and we're like, well, maybe we need to not do that. Let's quarantine. And now we've been recording stuff, and we've tried a couple times. John Evans joining. Shout out to my boy John, executive pastor at Lifepoint Church in Decatur. That's also known as Paul Wall, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the stream from yesterday's 10:30 service. You'll understand exactly what it is I'm talking about. Some idiot in the back that was in charge of the production just had a big time with him, I guess. No, we still don't know what happened, but anybody that has answers to that, help me out. When he shot, it went live. He turned into it was like a grill. Paul Wall. So anyways, John, hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope the quarantine at home is treating you well. Anyways, we've been talking about bringing the church to the people via live stream, and this is something that businesses are dealing with. It's something churches are dealing with. It's something that schools, Zoom. We're Zooming in class now. We're doing our classwork that way. So as a worship pastor, you've had a unique experience in trying to do the Q Chronicles and having some content. And so talk me through that a little bit. Just kind of like what was the process of, wow, we're not going to be able to gather in person. Now let's adjust, let's shift. How do we reach people and make sure people feel connected? They got to know people, right? They got to get to know. So new people don't know you maybe. They don't know the people on your team. On Sunday, they're not going to know everybody up there singing. So like what was that process like for you?
It was tough. There's multiple aspects of this that, okay, for example, a lot of people may think it's just Sunday morning. We have to get Sunday morning live. We have to get it on the air. We have to get it ready to go.
Au contraire.
Yeah, there's so much more. So I have to keep my team communicating.
Engaged?
Yeah, we just recently went through a tragedy on our team, had a loss, and we had all kind of pulled together, and then this hit, and I'm just trying to keep us there rather than separating back. But we're also reaching out to the church members, checking on them, seeing if there's anything they need that we might be able to help them with.
Well, one of the cool things you guys have done that I really like is the digital community, and that's putting together some like chat rooms more or less on Zoom where after the service is over, you can go in and jump into the digital community there and interact with some people, interact with some of the church members, pastors, whatever, and have that place, that community, that all that. So that's been pretty neat to watch you guys do that. But as far as worship goes, let's talk specific technological challenges, because that's something you and I've really been attacking. You, me, and Luther have been working on this for 3 weeks now, and essentially we've got multiple ways of delivering content, right? Either like the first time we did it full-blown live in the building, just like we would normally, we pushed that out.
Yeah.
The second time we needed to quarantine, so we didn't, and we went a different direction, and that direction was completely pre-recorded, just you. That was actually for Easter, and unfortunately it was a last-minute thing. We all of a sudden, we didn't have the ability to meet, and it was like, well, what are we going to do? So we just threw together literally on Thursday. We met on Sunday we put it out, right?
Yeah.
And so that was all pre-recorded. And then this last Sunday we actually did some pre-recording and some live, and that combination was really neat. And so what we did was we took some of the girls that were singing background vocals or lead in some cases. We brought in their video. We made a video. We exported it as a transparent file. And then we overlaid that over a live shot of you leading worship in the sanctuary, and you actually had the track piped into your ears so that you could sing with them in real time, and it worked out. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. At like 9:30, I was concerned. At 10 o'clock, we pulled it off, and so it was pretty neat. I mean, obviously, it had its own challenges, and it had its own. I mean, certainly could get better, but I mean, as far as all the different ways that you've kind of been through this, what to you is, if somebody out there right now listening that's a worship pastor or whatever, or just goes to a church and they're saying, man, I wish our church would connect better. Like for you, what's the best medium you think in terms of like connecting? Like what, as far as like pre-recorded or doing it like live, or like what, of the 3 different things we've done so far, which do you like the best?
Well, for multiple reasons, I'd have to say the live. There's just even if it's pre-recorded, you're still live when you're recording it, but there's an energy that comes with knowing and feeling that, you know, and like during our worship time when we do it live, Gabe is there, John is there, they're getting ready to do their portion of the service, so they're standing out there worshiping. So even though it's 1 or 2 or 3 people out there, there's still some interaction from people that are worshiping.
I was back here hollering amen the whole time, but you couldn't hear me because you had your in-ears in. But I was back here, amen, hallelujah.
But
I
yeah,
was
it's
just wearing
just,
it out.
I don't know. And I mean, from an ease aspect, it's easier to just do for the worship team itself. It's easier to just, hey, everybody meet here.
Amen and hallelujah to that too.
Yeah.
No, it is. And so that, that's, I mean, look, it's one of the things that coronavirus has taught us many things. And we were talking about something this morning that I find interesting that you were like basically, answer that. You didn't take that?
It's my mom.
You want to say hello? See if she'll call into the show. She'd call into the show. She'd call my cell phone number right now. But no, I mean, we were talking about how you have embraced this time at home and this quarantine. It's like, and you talk about Jimmy Fallon, you talked about all these other, you know, celebrities that do their show from their bathtub, or I saw James Corden did one from his bathtub.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. It was called Shamu.
No.
That was what they called it. It was a Shamu bit. I don't know if you missed. Anyways, that's a bad joke. But embracing that and saying, you know what, guys, like, yeah, we're going to do this from home. So we're going to have our kids around. It's going to be a little messy. It's going to be like you said, it was like this, because that's how you communicate. You made a really good point. You said, you know, my kids, my wife, you know, we're all running around communicating like this now on Zoom. And so to have James Corden or Jimmy Fallon or somebody to have to do the same thing, there's a connection factor there.
Yeah.
And so on one hand, you've got church leaders and such that are doing that type of thing where, you know, hey, let's and you love it. There's a connection factor there. And then on this side of it, I'm like, I hate it, because the wow factor, the quality is doo-doo, for lack of a better term, including Jimmy Fallon,
right.
Look, you and I, dude, we're doing this at an office on Lindsay. Like, this is not, in case, I know that you're probably not going to believe this is not a professional broadcast studio. I know it's, I mean, look, with the talent you've got up here, I understand it's like, well, they're probably at CBS or something. No, we're just over here in the middle of nowhere, halfway to somewhere. And so it, balancing that connection with quality is always going to be the key.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we feel like we've done a pretty good job at bridging that gap, doing a little bit of everything. But this Sunday, Anthony said he's going to play a ukulele like this the whole time. And Jesus loves me this I. Although I wouldn't be mad at it.
It's a pink one, by the way.
That doesn't surprise me at all. You wear a fedora and you play a pink. I mean, it just all goes together. Okay. Can we take a poll here? I wish I had people that actually listen to the show, and then we could actually do like a quick poll. Rick and Bubba do the Rick and Bubba quick poll. Yada yada. Get people to call in and comment on the fedora.
The one I'm not wearing right now.
Fortunately I pulled out the over the ear headphones and said, let's wear these today.
Yeah.
Doesn't work with a fedora.
No.
Do we need to get the guitar and write jingles live for people right now?
Maybe not today.
Why?
Maybe in the future.
Tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Why are you so scared?
I'm not scared.
If you're scared, say you're scared.
I'm not scared.
If you're scared, say you're scared. I got this fool on camera the other day. I mean, literally just a camera, nobody here at all. And he was like, wow, we didn't plan anything. We didn't yeah. That's kind of the point. Get the guitar. Oh, yes, here we go. I was kind of kidding. Now I don't know what to do. So he's going to get his guitar right now. And this could go 100 different directions. We have, that's tuned out. Nope, that's the right one. We might even get on the drum. Could we get on the drum kit today? Maybe. That would be everybody in the building. There's other people that are trying to conduct commerce here that probably wouldn't like that. So Anthony has no idea what he's going to do, nor do I know what he's going to do. He's going to try to get his headphones on. So the other day we were writing a jingle. And we stole the Nationwide. Oh, Nationwide is on your side. Jingle. Come on down to Cotton Row.
Yeah.
I think it works. All right. So anyone that's out there right now that has a suggestion or a song suggestion, maybe Freebird would be one I would maybe start with. He should be able to pull that one out and play it. We're in the midst of doing so. Cotton Row Productions is growing and changing and kind of evolving a bit, and so it's one of the things where, right now during the Corona, we're about to roll out a Corona special, if you will, and that's not a bucket of beer with a half, 2 limes and a shot of salt with it. No, this is the video special, and we're going to roll this thing out where basically, for the next 2 weeks, if you haven't connected with your customers, they're about to turn us back loose on the market again, right? And they're going to turn us all loose and say, hey, the economy is going to open back up, get back. Well, you haven't connected with your consumers in how long? Months, weeks, whatever. We need to get you reconnected, re-engaged, and you've seen a lot of the large companies already doing it. They've shifted. John Evans coming in clutch. Put that on the screen, Connor. There it is. What do you think about that? Do you know the chords to that one? I like video when I cannot lie. You other business can't deny. When I walk in with my video camera, I kick your butt in business because I'm better.
Yeah, I'm gonna put.
He put the guitar away, John. I tried, man. Dude, John, that's not true. You are not the only one watching. This is on multiple platforms. There are multiple people watching. I do not like your attitude, nor is it accurate. But I do appreciate you being one of the 2 viewers watching. No, we do our damage on the reviews, right, on the back end. Kind of like. Never mind. I was gonna take a shot across the bow. Then I decided to put my cannon back in. What was I talking about before he distracted me with Baby Got Back?
I'm not sure.
God, it was good. Oh. So businesses have been out of touch for a few weeks, right? Mm-hmm. And so now all of a sudden they're like trying to reconnect. Something on my tongue. Trying to reconnect with their customer base, and we've got to come up with a new strategy. We got to come up. You've seen Toyota. I love that Toyota. It's like buy a Toyota, and then the coronavirus happens. They're like, times are tough for everybody. Buy a Toyota. And so, which we don't mind here because the Toyota plant is what's causing all of our financial real estate growth in the area. But we would like to come and shoot video for you guys. He would. I won't, but he will. He will bring his guitar. He will sing you a song. He's going to sing us a song today before it's all said and done. I just haven't decided how I'm going to put him on the spot. We need to do. Ooh, that's a good idea. We need to do one of those Jimmy Fallon bits where you have like a.
What do they call that? It's the kids' toys.
Yeah.
Things.
Well, no, not that one. The one where they like take the words and it's like you fill in the blank and it's like.
Mad Libs?
Yes, it's a Mad Lib, and then it's a song from Mad Libs. And so you take a Mad Lib, and somebody else. We're going to do that. Maybe not today, but we're going to do that where we write like a set of lyrics to a common song, a song that everyone would know, and leave blanks. And then we're going to get people to fill them out, and then we're going to write those. Oh, it's going to be so good. Probably not. It'll be good.
I don't know if good is the right word, but fun.
Fun is definitely
fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
Almost as fun as. Never mind. I was gonna take another swing at old John because John seems to be the only person really engaged right now, which is okay. It's okay. John, John, call my cell phone right now. Call my cell phone right now, and you will be live on the show with me and Anthony.
Yeah, do that.
You won't do it. I'm waiting. Oh, there's like a delay. It'll take a minute. Connor, I know you can hear me and I can't hear you. If he does call. You'll go on hold for a minute, so you won't be able to hear anything. So that'll be awkward. But just so you know, Connor, I'm not hanging up on you. It's because I'm going to live. So let's talk a little bit more while we wait on him to call. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
There it is.
John Evans, talk to me, Goose.
What's up, Biggin?
Hey, man, I love technology. So we were hoping you would call so that you would sing.
Oh, no singing on mine.
He said the connection's bad. What'd you say?
I sat next to him yesterday in worship. Trust me, you'll appreciate that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. John, what's going on, buddy? What's quarantine treating you like?
Dude, I'm at the church working right now, working on a few graphics for the website, and doing my best to do as much damage as possible.
What are you working on the graphics on? Spark?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah! Somebody told him that was a heck of a website. That's what we call – we get a little right now we're high-fiving on your behalf, John. We took some hand sanitizer, we sanitized, and then we high-fived.
I love it.
So what do we got going on this Sunday, man? What are we talking about? It's your story or it's my story. What's This is my story. This is my story. We're starting a new series. This is my story. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. We got 4-week sermon series called This Is My Story that'll begin Sunday and basically chronicles 4 of our church members and past events, struggles in their lives. It's a video series. It's going to be really, really cool. Gabe's going to take those 4 weeks and tie it into how we can live more effectively for Jesus. And so we're excited about it. Hope everyone joins us.
Word on the street is we've got a mean spoken word getting prepared for Sunday after the sermon. That's just word on the street. I don't know where you heard that. It must have been a little birdie, but you should be excited about that, John, because it's going to be good.
Yep, I'm excited. Yep, sounds good, man. I do. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, John. Look, thanks for. Wait, hold on. Anthony's got really excited eyes, like he needs to say something to you right now. He's looking at me excitedly. What do you want to say to John? Say it. Just get it off your chest.
I love you, man.
There it is. There it is, John, and I love
Appreciate
you too,
it,
buddy. We will talk to you soon, and we will probably see you before Sunday, but if not, we will certainly see you on Sunday.
Sounds good. See you, boys.
All right, see you, man. Well, that was fun, guys. That was a good time there. That's called swinging from the hip there. Shooting from the – no.
Swinging from the
Mondays suck.
but
Mondays suck. I'm just going to say it again.
Swinging
from the hip. Good God, that would be awkward. You know what? That would be mad awkward. Okay, all right. So we need to actually touch some real coronavirus stuff. You can put are we gonna? I mean,
go ahead.
No one else. I thought somebody was gonna join. Oh my gosh, will you talk?
I gotta put that in the center, man. It's gonna drive me nuts. There we go.
Will you talk, please?
I mean, you kind of put me on the spot. I'm just swinging from the hip here. But
talk about something.
No, hey, I tell you what, though, to go back to the worship aspect of the situation that we're in now, the hardest part, honestly, has been week to week. Everything's changing so much.
I'm talking about like underwear.
It's ridiculous. Everything's changing so much that we're swinging from the hip, like trying to put out fires. But no, really, it is.
Golly.
And like where I normally, try to have things scheduled out weeks in advance, it's basically Monday morning. I go, okay, who do I have?
Who do I have this week?
Yeah.
What are we doing for songs? What's the sermon series?
Yep.
Like Sunday was Serve Day, so we were supposed to be out in the community serving and helping, and instead we did Serve Day from our couch, which was a unique experience in its own right. And so, I mean, to tie all that back in, the reason we're doing all that is this virus. And so there are a couple things that I do want to touch, because as much as I enjoy a good Monday of just messing around and talking whatever, which, again, we do this 45 minutes a day every single day, you run out of stuff to talk about pretty quick. So this whole thing, I saw a stat this morning that blew my mind, and maybe when this is all said and done, we're all going to look back at this as a country, as a nation, as a world, and say, you know what, we overreacted to this. Maybe we won't, and maybe I'll be way off base here. But for every one confirmed case of coronavirus in America, there are 22 people who have lost their job because of it.
Yeah.
For every one confirmed case. Now, that's not every death. That's just every one confirmed case. There's 22 people who have lost their job because of it. And so to me, I think there was a lot, and rightfully so, there was a lot of fear associated. There was a lot of panic, of hesitation, of responsibility. Like, I'm not saying that's not okay, but I am saying that, like, we probably ran out into this fear world pretty quick and started shutting things down and killing economies, killing states, I mean, look at South Dakota, for instance. South Dakota, like, they've not shut anything down and they're doing okay. A lot of this is population density. It's tied to that. Like, that's going to be, when this is all said and done, it's going to prove to be a far more important factor in all of this than people are giving it credit for. That's why New York had such a problem. That's why nursing homes, when it gets there, you talk about population density and underlying conditions. Like, that's just a breeding ground for this thing. So at the end of the day, like, we've taken our response to this virus and absolutely wrecked a country over predictions of 2 million dead, which were never even in the ballpark of accurate. And I feel pretty confident saying that they were never in the now. If we would have done absolutely nothing and all of us would have had asthma, then maybe that would have been the case. Mm-hmm. But I don't have asthma, for one, so there's two here. And again, please don't hear me saying, like, Sean Hollis joins, and he's usually usually joins in and helps us out and talks a little bit. Gives me some comments. But this whole thing, like, again, for every one confirmed case, there's 22 people that lost their job. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? And I think time will tell. The reality is this virus was going to infect who it was going to infect. You weren't going to stop it. You were only going to slow it down. Mm-hmm. And so if that's the case, and we understand that we were never going to stop it, we were only going to slow it down, would we not then look, hindsight's 20/20, I get that, but would we not then say maybe we need to let it run its course? Let's protect those who need protecting, who are at risk of death, which no life is worth losing over $1, not a dime, not a penny. Don't hear me say that. That's certainly not what I'm trying to say. But would we not maybe come back into this if we had it all to do over again? Which, again, it's a 100-year pandemic. I get it. Not a lot of planning. Nobody saw it coming, snuck up on us, and boom, right, and get you. But I don't know. I'm just curious to see. I know that May the 1st, things are going to start to open back up. And churches are going to start to open back up, and governments are going to start to open back up, and there will be a spike. We're going to see a spike, but we've got to know it's coming. And I don't know. This whole thing has been really tough on business owners across the country. I did see where they were talking about another $400 million or something. Let me get this. Let me get these facts right. More fun. Let's see. More. I can't see through my mic, so you got to kind of look around at more funding for the old PPP program, which I am still waiting on that. Still waiting. Congress is close to a deal on roughly $450 billion. Yep, $450 billion additional. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Following the $2 trillion.
Not that much.
Trillion. I mean, this whole thing is just, I don't know. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we can't change what's happened. We can only change the future.
Right. So I think one of the things that interests me to think about this is when everybody's back, and let's just say it's all said and done, and we're I don't want to say rebuilding, but kind of getting back into the swing of things.
No, rebuilding is exactly the word.
Yeah, but
no, I mean that's the word though.
It is, but as far as the different creative ways that we've made things happen, how much is that is going to stick and continue? For example, like my wife and I were talking about this last night. A commercial came on for KFC, and they're doing these family pack specials, and they just knocked the bottom out of the price. And
you start talking about food, get me hungry.
Well, you look at that on the surface, and you go, "Oh wow, that's really cool of them." But really, what they've done is cut the price because it's better to make something than nothing. So offering those family deals, I'm sure if they do continue to offer them, the prices will go back up. But what is that going to look like? All the streaming that everybody's doing, all the ways that people's utilizing social media.
There's definitely going to be a new normal.
I think a lot of it should stay around.
Well, and that's the thing about I heard somebody talking about this the other day, and they said a lot of Christians, which we would find ourselves in that belief category, right, where we believe in the Almighty and His providence in all of this, and certainly His ability to stop it on a dime or to unleash it on the world. And I'm not saying He has done or will do either, but I'm saying that the God I know has the ability to do that. When he goes to bed, when he wakes up, and he's eating lunch, like whatever, like He could do that, right? And so if we believe that, like a lot of the prayers coming out of the churches and the believers has been, God, take this away from us. God, relieve us from this affliction. God, take this. And the reality is, like, we should be praying, God, teach us what you need us to know. Like what have you sought to teach us in this? Mm-hmm. Because the minute we ask that question, odds are it's time to move on. And that's a creepy thing for people that don't believe. Mm-hmm. And I can understand that, certainly. There was a time in my life, I don't know that I've never not believed, but I certainly haven't lived like somebody that believed. And so I get it. But at the end of the day, like, that's the question I find myself asking on a daily basis. And I think a lot of it goes to what you just said. The reason I brought that up is inherently churches, are amongst the group of people who have learned the most from this pandemic. Mm-hmm. Or should have. If they didn't, they weren't paying attention. And that is that you've got to go out and do digital ministry to reach people that will never darken the door of a church. You can get them in the church at some point, but you got to earn that trust. You got to earn that, and that rapport building and all that starts. And that's why it goes back to where we started. This is a great bring it all the way back around point, right? You did good. Grasshopper did good over here. But no, I mean, it goes all the way back to the quality. John Evans and I and you and we talk about this all the time. John, who just called us a little while ago as the executive pastor at Lifepoint, we constantly have the conversation of quality. Not quality in terms of a product that we put out, in terms of consume this as you would a concert, consume this as you would a sandwich, not in terms of that, but in terms of you have options when you choose where to go to church, and by choosing differently, you might choose a belief set or a theological view that is inaccurate or that will be destructive in its teachings to you. And so as a church, we have to believe that what we're teaching is accurate, and we as Christians fall under the pastorship of someone who we trust, who we believe is being led by the Spirit and God in obedience to that alone. And if that's the case, then we have to worry about the quality of what we're putting out, because God doesn't ever tell us in His Word, He doesn't say, just be mediocre. You can be just okay. Yeah. Just okay is good enough. That's all I want. No, He wants our best. He wants our best in all that we do. And for me, what's been convicting about this is I'll spend 80 hours a week up here at the office. I'll sacrifice time with my family, my son. I'll sacrifice meals I'll sacrifice birthdays. You name it, I'll sacrifice it for my work. Mm-hmm. Because quality is what pays the bills. And then what does God get?
Yeah. what's left over.
That's right. That's exactly right. And Sean Hollis says that when it's all said and done, this will be comparable to the normal flu in the deaths and infections. I don't disagree. I think infections will be up. I think this is a far more contagious disease than the flu, but I think death rate wise, I think we'll be half a point, maybe more. Flu's running like 1.3, 1.4. I think this is going to be 1.7, 1.8, less than 2%, which is mind-boggling that we shut it all down for this. But that's neither here nor there. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I have a business partner, I have a friend, like, if they would have caught this disease, they would have died. And so for that, I'm glad that we've done all of this, because one life is absolutely worth it. But we've reached the point now where it's time to start the process, crank the engine up, and get her back going. And so that's kind of where we find ourselves today, is talking through that. And it's a Monday. And so, as always, this is a stream of consciousness. There's never much of a plan, nor is there really an idea or concept. Tomorrow we will have Kent Villavicencio on. He was supposed to be on today, but I had a friend drop by, and so we pushed that interview till tomorrow. So tomorrow you will have Kent, and he is an AV professional. He does this for a living. Unlike us, we're just hobbyists, as one way to put it. But guys, as always, we love you. It's been a blast. Anthony, as always, my friend. It's good having you around, but hopefully, listen, do you hear that? You hear that in the background? That's because I have my computer playing at the same time. All right, Connor, take it away, buddy. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. Love you. Talk to you soon. We're out.